guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm laughing because I never thought that I'd be making a video like this on YouTube, but I was honestly overwhelmed with the amount of people that DM'd me saying, please share your hangover routine, tell me all the tips, tell me all the tricks, what do you do, help me. And it was so funny. I wasn't expecting that because I just posted it on my stories one day. I was like, do you guys want to see my hangover routine? And they're like, yes, please. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll show you then. So that's what today's video is going to be. I hope you guys enjoy it. Of course, if you are over 21 or 19, depending on where you live, continue watching this. And if you're not of age, come back to this video when you are, because you'll probably need the help more so. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into my hangover routine and prevention. And of course, in true Mikayla fashion, I have a whole page of things I want to touch on. So the first section we are going to talk about is obviously prevention. You've heard this before, and it's true. You have to drink water and make sure you eat before you go out drinking. This is obviously for those events that you know are going to be happening. Those are like the parties that are scheduled weeks in advance, Christmas parties, it is that season, birthday parties, bachelorettes, whatever. Why do I have a tickle in my throat? If you know you're going out to drink that night, you better start slamming back those waters ASAP in the morning. It helps so much, and the days that I know I'm going to be drinking, it just makes the most sense to start drinking a ton of water during the day. And of course, also make sure you eat, because that is never good if you start drinking on an empty stomach. Along with the water, something I have actually been doing for about the past 2 months or so before I do any drinking has been taking an electrolyte drink. These are my favorite from Vega. This is just like a powder that you scoop into cold water. They also have little packs if you want to take it on the go, but these honestly just taste like Gatorade. They taste really good in my opinion. You can get them on Amazon. I'll have them linked down below, but I love to have this as my first drink before I start drinking alcohol, especially if you're pre-gaming at home. Just chug back one of these and it's going to help so much. I also do like to have one of these the morning after, because we got to replenish those electrolytes because they're definitely going to be lost. The next thing that I have been dabbling in more recently are hangover prevention pills. These are basically vitamins. These ones are the Party Smart ones. I got a full pack on Amazon, so it looks like you would buy them in the store, but you can buy them individually some places like health food stores and things like that. So there's these ones. There's also easy pills that I have tried. Those come in single packets. I like those. They work pretty well. And also the hangover patch, which I used basically all of October because I was going out a ton. I'm sorry I don't have any of the hangover patches to show you guys, but they basically just come in little cardboard things. You open it up, you can barely see it. It's very thin. You just peel it off and then stick it onto somewhere that is dry and isn't going to get sweaty or move around. So if you're, dancing and stuff, just put it in a spot. I usually put it just atop of my stomach, if that makes sense. And you basically just leave that on for about 8 hours, and it's supposed to soak in and help you be less hungover. And those definitely work. They smell kind of bad, and I definitely recommend taking it off the next morning when you're in the shower, because it's a lot easier. It's like ripping off a band-aid. It's not cute. So definitely do that in the shower, but those really work. And anything like this is going to obviously help your hangover regardless if you were to take something or not. Obviously this is going to be a better option. It's going to help in some ways. It might not cure all of it, but I've definitely noticed a significant difference when taking something like this before I start drinking. And that's the thing, is you have to do this about 45 minutes before you start drinking. This next one is again common knowledge, but drinking the same type of alcohol throughout the entire night is going to be a lot easier on your hangover instead of mixing a bunch of different things. My personal drink preference is gin and soda. I've stopped doing gin and tonics because I don't like the added sugar, and I find that that actually makes my hangover worse. So gin and soda is my, cocktail, I guess, of choice, highball, whatever. I also like wine, but if I'm having a wine night, I stick to wine for the most part. And then if I'm doing shots, it's tequila. That's about it. That's what I like, and I just like to stick to those. Obviously having gin and tequila is good because it's both clear liquor, but mixing wine into that will be a no-go. So I like to keep it clean with my preferences throughout the night, if you know what I mean. And of course, if you're going out and you're having a good time and you're at the club and you're like, wow, I could use another drink, maybe get a glass of water to go with it. In between those drinks that you're having, have a glass of water, chug that back. It's only going to be great for you in the morning. So, the rule they generally say is every drink you have a glass of water, but not a lot of people do that. So just drink as much water when you can. And my last tip in the prevention section is just maybe don't have that one extra drink. I am so guilty of this, or my drunk self is very guilty of this, of, the nights come into a close and everyone's like, oh, do you want one last drink? I'm like, sure, why not? No. don't do it. Like, I just feel like I always go one drink too far, if that makes sense. I've been a little bit better recently, but it's a bad habit that I have. So just like say no to that extra drink. Just, you know, once you're good and you're at a good level, just call it quits, you know? Live in that moment, not that moment. Now for the night of, backtracking a little bit, if you guys know you're going out, you're going to a party, you're going clubbing, whatever you're doing, I always like to fill up a big water bottle, usually my Hydro Flask, and put that at my bedside. I also like to pair that with a nice bottle of Advil, you know, just in arm's reach in case you need it. And then I also like to include some makeup wipes in that bedside, you know, party, because sometimes you get home and I always feel so bad about myself if I don't take off my makeup. I'm usually pretty good and I do my full skincare routine typically when I come home, but there has been those nights where I need a makeup wipe because that is as far as I'm doing, as far as I'm going, whatever, and it's right there on my bedside. So I just like to prep my bedside, maybe put some pajamas out, you know, get it all set up for your future self to thank you later, if that makes sense. So I like to do that, especially water. That's like the most important one there. Once you've come home from the evening, it is a good idea to drink said water that is on your nightstand, but also again, just do your full skincare routine and brush your teeth. I find that my drunk self is like so good at being on those kind of things, and in the moment you're like, wow, I'm so tired, but in the morning you feel so much better when you wake up and you have a fresh face, you're in your pajamas, you're in your bed, everything is good. And also I wanted to mention, if you guys are like hosting the party, I definitely recommend doing your cleanup as soon as your guests leave. If you're able to, if you're not too tired, just like do the bulk of the cleaning up when you're still have that like drunk energy. I've done this a few times and it works so much better than having to get up in the morning and like dreading cleaning up and also just like the smell of everything the next day. You don't want that. So do it the night before when you like have that energy, you know, put on some headphones and some music if you're by yourself and just like tidy up, and then do your makeup or do your skincare and then go to bed. It's such a better way to handle things, especially if you're like in someone else's place. It's just doing everything so that your future self can rest more. Always a good option. So I'm also the kind of person that really tries my best if I know I'm having like a night out, if you will. I try my best not to schedule anything for the next day pretty well at all, and if any, something at night. I really don't trust myself when it comes to hangovers because they vary so much that I really just don't want to have any commitments. But I know there are some of you that you just happen to have a night out and then you have to go to work at 8 a.m. because Cody has definitely had that. And for that, I asked him what his tips were, and he basically just said, kind of prep yourself, make sure you have your clothes picked out for the next day, have the water beside your bed, and just give yourself as little thinking to do in the morning as possible. That's definitely going to help. Taking one of the prevention pills or, you know, the Vega drinks, all of those, and chugging one of those before you go to work is probably your best option. Kudos to you if you have to do that recently. Best of luck to you. And then for the next day, if you are still feeling a little bit hungover, what I like to do to get myself feeling good, again, I like to obviously take the day off and just like lounge and chillax, but I do like to make sure I have something in my stomach, so I do like to get breakfast, either make it or DoorDash it, honestly. So I'll have my link down below if you've never used DoorDash. I think I can get you like a coupon off, not sponsored or like anything, but I use DoorDash, so I wanted to share that. I love them. And just kind of like taking the time, making sure you're drinking another Vega drink and having your water. I also really like to shower if I'm feeling kind of gross still, which is pretty typical after a night of drinking. I like to shower, wash my hair, kind of cleanse everything, and do a full skincare routine. I actually just posted an IGTV video of my full at-home facial, and that is something I like to do the day after drinking because my skin is so parched after, and so I just really want to get all the oils and the serums and everything back onto my skin, back into my skin, and just kind of replenish my body and just be in comfy clothes, but be clean and comfy clothes and not like the icky hangover sweats, you know? I don't know. I'm sure you guys can relate to this. But anyway, that's kind of what I like to do the next day. I don't really have any rhyme or reason. I just like to do all the things leading up to the hangover to make it less, and so you just kind of feel like chill, and you're just like, I just want to like sit on the couch and eat pizza today, and that's totally cool. So that is pretty well all of my tips for preventing your next hangover. Again, these are just tips and tricks and things that have helped me. I have no cure for hangovers. I can proudly say that I've never ever thrown up from alcohol though. I also have a fear of throwing up though, so that probably has a lot to do with it because I've come close, but I've never actually thrown up. So just knowing your limit is really, you know, play within it, as they say. is going to be key, but doing those little things if you like drinking and you like going out are definitely going to help you. And I hope this helps you for New Year's or your holiday party or just any future things that you guys have. And if you have a friend that gets really hungover, maybe send them this video. Maybe it can be helpful to them. I don't know, maybe not. If you are new here though, don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.